All right, and we are back here on the GSMC baseball podcast, and I just realized I had to just now that I have to fix the title for this. Uh, I forgot to switch it over from yesterday, so let's just fix that really quickly. And it's not centered, of course. Yeah, that's my bad, guys. I did not realize that until I just came back from break. But yeah, here we go. So game recaps from yesterday. Let's fix that again. It's all good, all good. I thought what happens is though when I edit it you'll see because when you edit it in the stream or on the software, like it'll have like that like red box and stuff that goes around it, and you move it around with your keypad, make sure it's centered and all that. And I thought like you guys would see just because I went back and watched one of the shows from the other day when I had to fix it. Oh, the Matt Olson typo with the putting the 51 instead of 52. Um, I when I watched how you would see it on the stream, it just sees the deleting the 52 and making it 51. You don't see like the red lines that go around it. So yeah, but yeah, I had to make a change there just now. Well, two changes because again, uh, but yeah. So whatever. It's all good. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Long day, long day yesterday. So yeah, but it's gonna happen. Anyways, so let's get into the games from yesterday. Some teams had off, but let's just go through what happened yesterday around the league. So in the Central, you had the Royals and the Guardians going at it. Royals took that game 6-4. Guardians dropped to 72 and 79 on the season. Royals dropped to 49. Or no, Royals improve, not by that much though, obviously, to 49 and 102 on the season. It is, and now the A's they're at 104, but yeah, it's just I mean the Royals are really bad. Them and the A's, it's just that's what kind of ruins the game is when you have teams playing like that. But yeah, that's just how it's been this year for these two teams. But yeah, so then we get into the Reds and the Twins. Reds pick up a big win, 7-3. We'll actually go through that because the Twins they still need to clinch the Central. Reds, excuse me, fighting for that third wild card spot or that second wild card spot too. I mean, there's two wild card spots up for grabs at the moment. So we'll kind of go through the scoring summary here. So Noel V. Marte had an RBI single. Will Benson had a sacrifice fly. The Twins, they came back in the top of the fourth. Royce Lewis hit his 15th home run of the season. So he's been doing pretty well for them. And then Benson hit a home run, 2-run home run, make it 4-1. Then Alex Kirilloff, I can't pronounce that name, hit a home run, so it was 4-2. Spencer Steer hit a single, make it 5-2 Reds. Then Joey Votto had a single, so Joey Votto's back, make it 7-2 Reds. Kyle Farmer had a double in the ninth inning, and that was the scoring summary there. So 7-3 Reds, a big win for them. And yeah, Twins. I mean, they're going to clinch the Central by default. I mean, even if the Twins lost like every single game for the rest of the year, it wouldn't matter. They'd probably still clinch the division because the Guardians just don't make up ground. I mean, the race is over, but even when the Guardians still kind of had a chance, and I know they traded a lot of their guys, well, some of their guys, and guys got hurt. They still kind of had a chance to maybe, catch up and try to win the division, but it is what it is, and yeah, not a good season for them. Mets picked up a win against the Marlins. And, yeah, it's kind of a big loss for the Marlins. I mean, they go and sweep the Braves, but then they lose to the Mets 2-1. So they dropped to 78 and 73 on the season. Ottavino picked up the save. White Sox and Nationals. White Sox win 6-1. Clevenger picked up the win. Adon picked up the loss. So White Sox improved to 58 and 93 on the season. They're definitely hoping to avoid losing 100 games, and they probably will fall just short of that, but we'll see. Nationals dropped to 66 and 85 on the season. Phillies pick up a big win. They beat the Braves 7-1. Wheeler picked up the win. Wright picked up the loss. So Wheeler's at 12-6 on the season. He's having a good year, but I don't think he's going to be he's not going to be the one to win the Cy Young this year. So we'll go through the summary with that. So Ozzie Albies, 31 home runs on the season. He homered last night. Johan Rojas made a 2-1 Phillies. Bryce Harper hit his 18th home run of the season. Real Muto hit his 19th home run of the season. Wow, a lot of home runs. Castellanos hit one, his 25th. And then Schwarber hit his 45th to make it 7-1. So a lot of power yesterday. All the Phillies runs came off of home runs. That's crazy. But yeah, Schwarber is having one of the weirdest years. He's batting 197. He's got 45 home runs, 99 RBIs, and an 824 OPS. But you know what? That's what the Yankees were hoping for with when they got Joey Gallo. You know, and yeah, Schwarber's a good player. I mean, he doesn't hit for average, but he's got the power numbers. He gets on base. It's just, it's the batting average you'd like to see be up a little bit, or a lot. But, I mean, still, 45 home runs. I mean, he got off to a really rough start this year. I mean, you're still batting 197, but the power numbers are still there, and he's going to have close to 50 home runs and over 100 RBIs by the end of this regular season. So, he's going to be a big key for them in the playoffs. Cardinals won 1-0 over the Brewers, and that was big. Adam Wainwright, 200th win, like I talked about in the beginning of the show. Red Sox beat the Rangers. Rangers get a tough loss there. Red Sox winning 4-2. They scored 3 runs in the 8th inning, so the bullpen again blowing it for the Rangers there. Will Smith was responsible for that, 3 earned runs. Jordan Montgomery actually pitched pretty well for them. In the 7th inning, he went 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 8 Ks. But Rangers got to watch out because it's crazy that, they weren't playing well. Then they sweep the Blue Jays, and now they went back to not playing good again. So I think they've lost. Have they lost 4 in a row now? Yeah, they lost 4 in a row. They got swept by the Guardians, and now they just lost again last night to the Red Sox. Whatever. That's just how it's been these last few weeks. I talked about it briefly, but yeah, the Orioles picking up the win last night against the Astros, winning 8-7. Presley got the loss. Yeah, the Orioles scored 3 runs in the 9th inning. I didn't even mention that. They scored 3 runs in the 9th inning off of Presley, the closer. Yeah, Cedric Mullins, 3-run home run. Go ahead, 3-run home run in the 9th inning. That was huge. That makes the win even better. I really didn't even see how they. I kind of just glossed over it because I just kind of was looking at the headlines. I didn't want to get into the scores because I wanted to save it for this. But yeah, that was a big. That's huge. Ryan O'Hearn had 5 hits last night for the Orioles. He's batting .309, 849 OPS. Gunnar Henderson had 3 hits last night. He's at an 832 OPS. Orioles are a very good team. This is why they got the best record in the American League right now. And how about Aaron Hicks? So Aaron Hicks with the Yankees this year was really bad, but since coming over, now it's 57 games, but since coming over, so he has 7 home runs, 29 RBIs. He's batting .288, 386 on-base percentage, 452 slugging, and then 838 OPS. And with the Yankees, he had a 524 OPS this year, and that was in 28 games. So, good for Aaron Hicks. And listen, I thought it was ridiculous that the Yankees gave him a tribute video and you had the fans booing him like he really was like a villain. I mean, I wouldn't have done anything. I just would have been like, whatever. It's just. But I'm happy that some of these guys, they went to Hicks is on the Orioles, Gallo's on the Twins. There was somebody else I'm trying to think. Well, Sonny Gray's on the Twins too. I'm trying to think. There was somebody else, and I was like, oh, yeah, he's another guy that the Yankees used to have that's going to the... Oh, well, I mean, Bader, but Bader's actually on the IL now. Yeah, so the Reds, they put Hunter Renfroe on waivers, and Bader's on the IL. So that's not good, even because those are guys that they brought in. But yeah, I guess Bader was like the other guy I was thinking of. But yeah, so he might be in the playoffs too. But good for those guys, and they're all outfielders. Yeah, so, but yeah, Orioles picked up a huge win. Padres 11-9 over the Rockies. I mean, not really much to add to that. Mariners picked up a big win, getting back on track. 5-0 over the A's. Dodgers win 8-3 over the Tigers. So now, as everything stands right now, so I brought this up. The Orioles, 2.5 games up on the Rays in the American League East. And the Orioles right now, their magic number is 10. Then you have the Twins. They're 7 games up on the Guardians. Their magic number is 5. So you figure they're going to get that soon, by this weekend. Right now, the Astros are 1.5 games up on both the Mariners and the Rangers. They're both tied right now. So when do these teams play each other? Oh, wow. So after this series with the Red Sox and after the Mariners play the A's, there's 3 games in Texas, Mariners and Rangers. Then I'm looking at the Rangers schedule. So then the Rangers play the Angels. And then to finish off the season, this is a big... At the end of the year, these 2 teams will play 4 games in Seattle. So that is really... That's a series to really look forward to, because those 2 teams, and you got the Blue Jays as well, those teams are going to be fighting for those last 2 wild card spots, and that's going to be huge. So they play each other 7 times to end the season. So that's big. That's going to decide a lot. We don't have to talk about the NL East. The Brewers right now 6 games up on the Cubs, so it looks like the Brewers are going to win this division before that last series to end off the year. Cubs, again, lost 5 in a row, 2-8 in their last 10 games. They need to get back on the right track. But, so the West Dodgers clinched. So quickly to go through the wild card. Right now, Mariners and Rangers are tied for the last wild card spot. Blue Jays have the second spot. Rays have the first spot. Then you have the Phillies, the Diamondbacks, and the Cubs. That's the top 3. Reds are tied with the Cubs right now. Marlins are half game back. Giants are 2 games back. Padres are 5.5 games back. Oh, you never know, but it's not going to happen. But so that's the game recaps from yesterday. Not from this weekend. I fixed the error there, and the current standings. So with that, we are going to take our final break of the show, and then when we come back, we are going to talk about the power rankings that were released this week, and I'll give my overall thoughts on that. But before we go into break, just want to remind you guys again to tip or to donate to the program and get your comments recognized, and it's on the bottom. Go to streamelements.com/gsmcsportsnetwork./tip. Helps the show. And then for bonus coverage, materials that are not on this broadcast, go to Patreon and search up GSMC Sports Network. So we're going to take our final break of the show, and then when we come back, we will talk about the MLB Power Rankings. So stick around. We'll be right back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast.